Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show. Great to be back, and I have a fantastic woman on the line. She is a wife. She is a mother of a gorgeous toddler, and she's also a real estate representative of RE/MAX real estate in the Toronto GTA area. Please welcome Sandra. Hold on a second. Sorry, Sandra, I'm going to start over again. Okay, bye. Okay. Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show, and I have a fantastic woman on the line. She is a wife. She's a mother of a beautiful toddler, and she's also real estate representative of RE/MAX Real Estate in Toronto. Please welcome Sandra Longden to the show. How are you doing, Sandra?
I'm great. How are you, Nikki?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am so excited to chat with you because people are in the market right now to buy homes. And I know that you've got tons of experience, so I have some very specific questions for you. But before we get to that, can you tell me a little bit about your background and how it led to getting into a real estate career?
Okay, so I've always had sales experience. All the jobs that I've held when I was younger were based in terms of sales or administrative help for companies. And I was pursuing corporate litigation as a career. I was always fascinated by law and putting together strategies and planning and creating a desirable result for whatever it was that I was pursuing. But when I became a mother, I was just entering law school at the time, and, I had some decisions to make as to whether or not I wanted to be more involved in my daughter's life. And real estate was in my family. My father did it for about a decade, and my aunt has still been doing it with the commercial and residential real estate for about 40 years now. So it's been in my blood, and I thought it was a great way to add some flexibility to my schedule so that I could work when I needed to and then still be there for my daughter. My husband runs his own company, and he's a tradesman, so, he's in and out of the house quite a lot. So I needed to make sure I had that flexibility. And I always wanted to make a difference in people's lives, more so than just on paper. I felt with my law career, as rewarding as it would have been, it was not something that I felt that would impact people's lives on a personal level and would help them grow their families and grow their success in terms of building wealth and stability in their life.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. Do you work with women who are, maybe coming out of relationships? They've had a partner and now they're on their own and they're considering buying a home, and maybe they have some trepidations because they feel that now they're in a new financial situation. They're handling all their matters. Perhaps they have bruised credit from the separation of this relationship. Do you think that they can start over and be able to buy a home?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've helped quite a few women and men, coming out of this situation. But yes, for women especially, if you haven't been in the market and you're concerned about how your credit might look, or if you have enough to afford, or there's so many questions really that go around this particular situation. But that's why I work very hard, and I work very closely with top professionals in terms of mortgage agents and banks and private lending. It's really important for these women to have that conversation with the beginning and with their professional. So if it's with me, then we would be starting to look at where they are now, what their ideal situation would be. And then if they do have anything that might be damaging in their credit or not ideal, it is actually very simple to fix once you're able to identify and you're willing to confront it. So as long as, you get to speak with one of my mortgage agents or people that I trust with this process, they have very specific steps that you follow. And within maybe 3 to 6 months, you're more than able to fix your credit as long as you follow the steps that they give you to, bring it up.
Okay, fantastic. The other thing that I wanted to know regarding real estate, who do you serve, and what territories are you reaching for your particular clients?
Okay, so for residential real estate, I cover more so the west end of Toronto. So I'll go towards, from the east end being, Spadina sort of area, all the way over to sort of central Burlington. That's where I'm most familiar, where most of my clients buy and sell. For commercial, I do a lot in Toronto. There's a lot of good deals in Toronto still. So I know there's a lot of ideas that Toronto's very expensive, but there's certain pockets where it's amazing right now. So I'll do in Toronto, and I'll do on the outskirts. So you can go, Brantford area, Hamilton, Niagara even, more north, like in, sort of farm area. Yeah. Because depending on what that client's looking for, you may not necessarily want to be, in the areas where people are paying top dollar, right? Okay. And the ideal client that I serve would be somebody who is willing to communicate, and they understand the importance of working together with a professional. So it's they understand that, they know everything within whatever it is that they do, but it's important to work with somebody who's going to listen to them and understand what it is that they want to achieve, whether or not it's just a simple buy or sell, or you're looking to invest and start growing your wealth, or even providing a nest egg, for your children or for your retirement. So I'm looking for people who would be willing to communicate and understand that it's important to plan ahead and to confront things that sometimes maybe aren't comfortable, because we don't always like looking at our finances or things like that. We kind of hope that it's okay, but we sometimes need to have those conversations to make sure you get the results that you want.
Absolutely. What have been some of the challenges that have come your way in the real estate industry?
The challenges have been, for me, I've been lucky that I've been mentored, and I've taken the advice of so many amazing professionals who've had, decades more experience than I have. And I've been fortunate to learn from their mistakes before I've made too many of my own. But some of the common things I see more so with clients is there's a big struggle around understanding really what they desire. And a lot of the trainings that I've taken for myself have focused on helping me uncover and helping me make that client feel comfortable to express and find out what is really stopping them from making a decision or going forward, or even sitting down to have a conversation, because, everyone has the idea that, yes, they want to do something, but there's, how many options out there, and you don't know how to go about it. So a lot of us like to just sit in our comfort zone and say, we'll think about it, but we don't ever take that action step. So the biggest struggle I've seen is being able to help people to get to the action step that's going to get them one step closer to what they really want, right?
Okay, fantastic. What if someone is interested in coming into the real estate field? What would you advise them based on your experience?
As a real estate agent or as a real estate agent?
Well, doing what you do as a representative.
Okay, so I actually had this conversation yesterday. I was sponsoring an event, and there was a couple of real estate, very new people to real estate, or they were just starting to take the courses. And a lot of things that I like to really tell people is you really need to have a plan, and you really need to understand who you want to serve. Because out there, it's very easy to say yes to almost every opportunity that comes to you. But if it doesn't fulfill you, and it's not something that you're passionate about, like if you're not passionate about selling that particular area, that particular type of home or building or whatever it is, then you're not going to give that client the best service that you can.
Right.
In my first year, it was hard. I didn't choose every client, and a lot of people thought I was crazy because your first year you need to make money, but that wasn't yes, that is a goal of mine, but that wasn't my main goal. I needed to make sure I was setting a good foundation for my business and its future success.
Absolutely.
So you need to really focus on who you want to serve, what you want to do, and make sure you keep yourself educated on what the market is asking for. And I always tell these new agents to stay positive and be flexible, because right now, a lot of agents are telling me it's hard to buy or sell in this market. And, for me, I've been extremely busy since, I haven't stopped all of last year till now. I was even doing offers on Christmas Eve, and right up until right after New Year's, I was putting in a couple more offers, and I was getting the properties. So it depends on your mindset and where you're willing to look and how flexible you're willing to be. So there's always an opportunity. You just need to be flexible and make sure you get yourself out there.
And be positive, absolutely.
And be positive,
well, that's a great advice. Words to the wise. Now, I know you've done so much to transform others' lives. How have you been transformed through this service?
Oh, in many ways. I'm very happy, actually, that I pursued this career. I find it so fulfilling when I see clients, for example, let's say if I'm helping someone purchase their dream home, it's not exactly, you decide and then within 3 to 6 months you have your dream home. I've had some clients that I've helped for over 2 years. And, some people might find that insane because it's a long period of time to stay with the client. And, really if you're just focused on money, then it's, I look a little crazy. But my end result is now when I get to hear them say, Sandra, you found me my dream home. They prepared everything in that 2 years. They fixed their credit. They saved enough money. They got their house ready for sale. And, they were able to bring their family over from overseas and show them, the life that they've created for themselves. And, I've had clients whose kids have written me letters and drawn me pictures saying how much they love their new home or they like their new school or whatever it was. So that's very fulfilling to know that I can provide that type of impact in people's lives. Another thing that's transformed me in the way I look at, my life and things with real estate is, especially when I do investments for people, when I see, a lot of people think that, if you work 9 to 5, let's say, there's only so much you can do with the money that you get every month. And, there's only so much you can save for retirement. And I'm a big advocate of you create your own life, right? So being able to show people ways that they can do that using real estate as one avenue, because you still have to diversify your investments.
Absolutely.
But real estate is one avenue. I've been able to see people retire and, be happy and not have to worry about their pension and be stuck and, I need to downsize now because I'm, retiring from my job and now I can't afford to live the way I'm used to living. I think that's so sad.
Yes.
So for me, I don't ever want any of my clients to experience that.
Be in that position.
Yeah, and that has transformed me a lot, and in terms of appreciating, what I can do for not just myself within my own family with the knowledge and experience I have, but with creating a community where I can empower people with this knowledge.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, that is amazing. And like you said, it must be so rewarding for you to see how you are changing so many people's lives for the better. So I just want to thank you, Sandra, for, giving this opportunity to get a glimpse of what you do, who you are, and I'm sure more people want to know more about, your services and the other amazing accomplishments that you've made over the span of a few years. So if you could please just give us your contact information, we'd love to get that from you.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I can be reached by my cell phone is the easiest way. My number is 647-463-5936. Email, if someone's more comfortable by email, it's flongden.remax@gmail.com. And, my website is going under some construction right now, but it's just my name, sandralongden.com. and it should be up in a couple days. So
fantastic.
I'm adding some
Sandra, so proud of you, and thank you again for taking the time. You're listening to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show, and we have a very special guest, Sandra Longden, real estate representative, Remax Real Estate, and she just gave us some really powerful advice on real estate. And please, if you did not catch it now, then you can listen to it again on wearehotline.net. Sandra, thank you so much. You have a blessed weekend, and we'll catch up soon.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
My pleasure. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.